Hey, we're Victory Gardens, and today we're going to talk about seeds and transplants. Hope you enjoy the episode.
There are plenty of reasons why it's awesome to use veggie starts in the garden. If you weren't super on it at the beginning of the season, using a starter plant will kickstart your season into gear, instead of waiting for your seeds to germinate and mature. Sometimes seeds have low germination rate too, and in this case, instead of waiting to see if they work, you may want to transplant the veggies to ensure growth. Veggie starts are also more well established, so for those crops that are more susceptible to pests, like this slug over here, transplanting provides greater chances for success.
In Vancouver, we have a cool and often gray season, so we plant a lot of the hot crops, from transplants that we started in the greenhouse. If we waited until the soil was warm enough to sow the seeds, the plants wouldn't mature in time before it turns cold and wet.
Let's not forget why it's great to sow seeds. For one, it's way cheaper. I paid $3 for this pack of non-GMO and organic seeds, and there's 300 inside. And check out the germination rate. It's 95%. If I were to buy the same amount of produce that I'm about to grow with this pack of seeds, I'd spend hundreds of dollars. As Ron Finley says, growing food is like printing money.
By growing from seed, you have complete control over what you're putting in the ground. I know whether my seed is hybrid or open pollinated, which is important to note when saving seeds, where those seeds have been cultivated to ensure you're growing the right seeds suited to your region, and you know whether your seeds are organic and non-GMO, which is important for the health of the planet and us.
Hey, Big Spade. Thanks for the trench. Did you know that when sowing seeds, you generally want to sow them 3 to 4 times their size and depth? This means that if your seed is this big, you want to sow it about this deep.
Transplanting is fairly straightforward, and for most people pretty intuitive. Basil has shallow roots, so this container should work just fine. First, I prepare the soil by digging a hole a little deeper and wider than the size of the pot. Then, while taking care to hold my plant at the base, I tip the pot over, squishing the sides to loosen any roots, and I gently pull the veggie out. Is it root bound? If so, break up the roots a bit and place it in the hole. I then gently fill the soil in around the plant, taking care not to hill the soil on top of any of the first leaves or the crown of the plant. And then I water.
There are a few different ways that we sow seeds, and we decide which way is appropriate based on how many seeds are going to germinate, the size of the seed, and how much space each veggie is going to need to grow. For broadcasting, I use my fork. I use this method when my seeds are small, when germination isn't consistent, and when my veggies don't need a lot of space.
We simply loosen the surface of the soil with a fork, sprinkle the seeds over the soil, and then scratch them in.
For making rows, I use my spade. I use this method when I want to be more deliberate with my seeding and when my veggies need more space.
First, we make a trench 3 to 4 times deeper than the size of the seed, then drop the seeds in, about 1 inch apart for the length of the row, and cover with soil, taking care not to pack down.
When I only need to sow a few seeds, say for zucchini for example, I simply poke a hole with my finger.
We simply poke a hole with our finger, again 3 to 4 times deeper than the size of the seed. Drop her in and gently cover. Thinning is important to ensure that veggies have enough room to grow to maturity. Each carrot needs about 2 inches around to be sure it has enough space to fill out. These carrots were planted too closely, so we're going to thin every other one. Thinning can be a little monotonous, but hey, at least you get to eat what you pick.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more from Victory Gardens.
See you next time.